Are we at the beginning of a financial revolution? I think so, and I love it. This past week on social media, I have seen some of my most socialist, Bernie Sanders supporting, capitalism is evil, money is evil friends buying Dogecoin and buying stocks on Wall Street. I never thought I would see the fucking day. I think that is one of the best things anyone can do, is get in charge of your money. You are your own boss. Even if you're working for somebody else, your wealth is yours and your money is yours, and what you do with your money is completely 100% up to you. So while there is a frenzy going on of people who suddenly want to invest and go to the moon, I wanted to make a video to point out a few things to keep in mind about investing and to absolutely 100% know the difference between gambling and investing. One of them will do you really well in life, and the other one will completely 100% fuck it up. Trust me, I know from experience. Not my own, but other people in my life. Not gonna name any names. Anyway, so something that I have noticed a lot when I'm talking to people and I mention investing to them. Everyone seems to think that the word investment is completely 100% linked and tied to stocks and Wall Street. And while stocks and Wall Street are probably one of the most popular forms of investments, it's still a casino. It's still, when you get down to the bottom of it, it's gambling. And man, an investment does not have to be buying stock. There's about 150,000 million billion things that be considered an investment, from buying a set of tools, to learning a new skill, to simply putting your money into a tiny plot of land in a small town that, after doing your own research, you have decided that in the next 10 to 20 years is going to be a highly developed area with lots of people living there, and you can double your money. Okay. There's all kinds of investments. You don't even have to do any of those. What's most important is that you figure out what is the best thing to do for you. Take a long, hard look at your own skills, your own abilities, and how you can maximize on that. If you have the ability to perform a certain job, do you have the absolute best tools for that job? If you had better tools to do that job, would you be able to do the job better, more professionally, and for money? Then invest in those tools. If there's a job that you would like to do, but you don't have the skills, go learn. And hey, if you're sitting there thinking, but there's no school for that, for what I want to do. If there's people doing it for a living, I guarantee you, they would love a volunteer. Apprenticeship might not really be something we talk about these days, but it is absolutely the best way to learn a skill and a trade. Go find a shop, go find a business, go find a person who's doing this skill, this trade that you want to work in, and offer your time off, your weekends. Whenever you can go down to the shop and help out, even if they start you off cleaning the floors and the fucking toilets, do what it takes, because they will teach you if you are willing to learn. And you just might find out that it will turn into a job one day. Those are all kinds of investments you can make. Many, many moons ago, I was working a delivery job in Los Angeles, and I had a stick shift Camaro, which I absolutely loved driving, but you can imagine the gas mileage that I got on that thing. Well, at the time, this was in the early 2010s, when gas prices were going up, but diesel prices were actually going down, and I lived right around the corner from this very busy truck stop, which had some of the best diesel prices in LA County. So I bought, for a couple $1,000s, an old Mercedes-Benz, a diesel from the 80s, and I drove that thing around for years doing my delivery job. And instantly, within the first 2 weeks of me having this car, I noticed the difference. Not only was it more comfortable to drive all day long sitting in it than the stick shift Camaro, but dang, that diesel engine got like 30 miles to the gallon on the freeway and 20-something miles to the gallon in town with that full-size car. My back felt good and my wallet was really happy. There were times I forgot to fill the car up with fuel because I got out of the habit of doing it. With the Camaro, it was every other day, without a doubt, like clockwork. Had to gas it up. But the old diesel Benz, geez, just kind of get out of the habit and oops, forget, almost run out. But that was an investment. I took a look at my life. I took a look at where I was. I'm like, okay, I'm working this delivery job. It's an okay job. It's paying me. I like it. I can smoke while I'm driving and listen to music. I'm not standing behind a cash register kissing people's ass. So it's like, okay, I'm spending my own money on gas. This is my own back and ass that I'm putting in a car all day. How can I make this better and how can I maximize my time? So buying that old diesel Mercedes-Benz was a really good investment. And I actually gave that car away to a friend like 4 years later who was in a bind and he needed a vehicle and he had it and then he gave it to his cousin and it's like, geez, those cars just won't die, you know? So it's like, that's what I mean when I say, take a look at your own life, take a look at your own situation. I know you want to like throw your entire life savings into buying GME and go to the moon, but that might not be realistic. So where are you at now? What is your life like now? And what you can do to make your life better, more efficient, and more profitable. That's an investment. Something that you can put your money into now that you will benefit from in the long run. That is an investment. So I'd like to point out that the Camaro was a 1998 and I had to sell it to buy the Benz. And I basically, boom for boom, it worked out. But I had to make a sacrifice. See, owning the Camaro, I was part of the Camaro community. When I'm driving around town in my Camaro, other dudes in Camaros tell me what's up and honk at me. I can get online to the social media forums and Facebook pages and Reddit threads for Camaros. And then when I sell the car, I'm no longer a part of that. And if I try to be, I'm that weirdo at the dog park with no dog. Nobody wants to talk to that guy. So it was a sacrifice for a lifestyle change because I'm making an investment in my life. Now, in the long run, I'm glad I did it. I learned a lot about the Mercedes-Benz forums and the Mercedes-Benz community. And, you know, I've come to actually love both classic Benzes and American muscle cars. But that's beside the point. The point is that you have to make a sacrifice a lot of times, most of the time, oftentimes, every fucking time, if you want to get ahead in life. So figure out where you want to be and what you want to do. And figure out what you do not need. You know, driving American sports cars is a lot of fun. But it's not a necessity. Having a reliable vehicle that is efficient on fuel and efficient on repair, so Benzes don't die, you know, that is something you need. You need a car to get around. You don't need a car to go doing donuts in. I know you're going to argue with me and you're going to hate on me for that last statement, but that is the truth. So that's what I mean. You're going to have to make sacrifices, but you make the sacrifices now to get much more better things in the future. You give up McDonald's for high-class filet mignon tomorrow. No McDonald's today, high-class filet mignon tomorrow, like the distant tomorrow, like the future. Now, for the record, when I say make a sacrifice, I absolutely do not mean take what savings you have and go buy some stock on Wall Street because a bunch of diamond-handed apes on Reddit are doing it too. That's gambling. All right. And they know that and they love that and they will tell you, excuse me, sir, this sub is a casino. If it's a take everything you have and put it on the line for this big payout, if it's like the lottery, if it feels like the lottery and walks like the lottery and it quacks like the fucking lottery, then it's fucking gambling. Okay. An investment is something that you really don't lose at. Okay, I knew that when I bought the Benz, that when I sold the Camaro and I bought the Benz, that I really can't lose. Even if the Benz died on me the next day, I could still quit the delivery job and then spend the next few months taking that car apart and selling the parts on eBay, because that's actually a decent business. It wasn't let me take what savings I have and risk it pulling the lever on the slot machine, and if it doesn't work out, I don't know how I'm going to eat or pay my rent next week. That's gambling. An investment is something that does not carry that roll the dice risk. It's something that no matter what, you're going to benefit out of it. And even if it doesn't work out quite the way you thought it would, even if I didn't get that great a gas mileage with the Benz, I could have sold it, gotten my money back, and then bought a Toyota Corolla and a gun to shoot myself in the head with, you know, which is probably the smartest thing to do in the first place. Not the gun, but the Corolla. Please don't gamble. Please don't take super crazy risks unless you can, okay? Most of the guys on WallStreetBets who made good money had extra money that they could risk. They weren't taking what they had, they were taking what they could lose. And they will tell you that if you read the threads and if you pay attention to their lingo. Only bet, only invest, their way of investing, what you can lose, okay? I kind of believe the same way, but at the same time, when you make an investment, a real investment, you should have nothing to lose. So it's like, hey, if you've got a couple $100s in the bank and that's what you have, that's enough for some new DMV registration fees. If you've got a car that's just killing you in gas or repair, sell it, get rid of it, find something better. Use that couple of $100 that you have to rent something for a week or two so that you're not pressed to get a car instantly and you can take your time shopping. That's an investment. So in conclusion, with everything said, I think always the best form of investment is always education. So if you're looking to get started in investing, if you're looking to get on the path of taking charge of your own life, then start educating yourself. If you're watching this video, you're definitely on the right path. Start watching other videos. And man, videos are great, but there's nothing like a fucking book. Do not be afraid to read a fucking book. And what's really amazing is that successful people love to write books. They love to tell you all about how they made their success. And you can go get these books for free at your local library. You can probably read them online. You can download them for $5 on Amazon Kindle. You know, start reading, start watching videos, start educating yourself. Education is always the best investment. You know who really goes to the moon? Astronauts go to the moon. You think astronauts are dumbasses? No. Astronauts be smart. Be smart. That's how you get to the fucking moon. I think I've made my point for this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you want to tell me how stupid I am, leave it in the comments. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. That's what it's for. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button. That's what that's for. If you want me to do some disco dancing, do both. Ooh.